power really is the reason for oppression. Those with power seek to hold on to the power and use that power to oppress those who do not have the power.
And I suppose the idea that one group has the right to impose its will on others, that notion is problematic.
It's really the idea of constraints. These oppressive systems constrain us. They make it hard for us to breathe or to move or even to imagine, which I think is one of the worst things. You can't really think about doing something differently because you're just so constrained.
And I guess this is partly when we call ourselves radical African lesbian feminists, we're buying into a particular kind of analysis, which is to say that women's lives are fundamentally shaped by the kinds of oppressions that confront them, that surround them. And for us, that's not one oppression.
I think one of the biggest things that we're constantly asking for is an intersectional approach, and like an actually intersectional approach, not just pointing out that there are all kinds of bodies that are involved in this space, therefore we have ticked stuff off the list. It's wanting people to really understand that there is power at play.
So yeah, there's a lot of power issues, and that's everywhere in life, but in the feminist movement and the gender sector, we should be able to question those things and speak more openly about power, and I think that is often where the problem lies.
And that is actually what I think the work is about. It's about saying we can't keep fighting boxes by creating more boxes that we will eventually need to move out of.
I think, first of all, we need to divorce ourselves from the mentality that it's them and there's us.
We should just be striving for human rights, because we are on the receiving end of the injustice. We should know better, but clearly we don't.
There's a way of thinking, even in feminism, like if you don't know certain terminology, if you don't know certain things, it's like, so what kind of a feminist are you?
Silencing we see as an oppression. Silencing in the invisibility of a queer, radical African lesbian feminist voice in LGBT spaces. That kind of silencing, that you cannot be the person that speaks up.
And yes, in the end, the ones who will be silenced or sidelined are the ones who don't speak the mainstream language, are the ones who do challenge the boxes of identities, who may think differently, have different definitions. But then I'm wondering, are we as civil society really that different than the world around us?
The thing I love about activism is being able to create your space as a rebel. You know, you've got to give up on social acceptance as very important. You've got to actually be comfortable in your deviance, in quotes. And I've created that space for myself.
Our practice should be to try and provide for opportunities and for ways where reflection and self-care, so that our voices can be from our deep within, and that we practice a culture of kind of healing and wholeness.